Today, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on stretch goals. My whole thing about stretch goals is this. You don't need them. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Master Asian Core. Now, this channel is dedicated to helping individuals like you to help you in your agile journey. I have content out on a weekly basis, so remember to subscribe. Click somewhere here to subscribe. Click the like button. And also click on the bell so that way you don't miss out on any of my content. So why stretch goals? Why is it that I don't like stretch goals? Now, first off, I do want to say this. In my journey, early on, I was just like everybody else. The thoughts was having stretch goals are good because it allows us to see that the team are trying, right? I want to see my team try to stretch themselves to get better, to be able to do more. Now, my thinking has now shifted to a point where, like I said at the beginning of the video, I no longer use stretch goals. Now, let's look and explore why there is that. Now, first off, what are stretch goals? With goals, there are multiple stories that are attached to their goals. So pretty much at the beginning of the sprint, the team determined that there are some, maybe a stretch goals that they want to have as part of the commitment that they don't kind of commit to, but in the event if there is time, then they will try to achieve it. Now think about that for a moment. How does that come about? Who introduced the stretch goals? Is it the product owner? Is it the manager? Or is it the team? If it's encouraged by the product owner. My whole question is why? Why do you want the team to take on something if they do not believe that they can finish it? If they don't believe they have time to take on it? So my whole spidey sense tingling at that point if the product owner suggests it. What happens at sprint planning? Sprint planning is a time when team looks at what the product brings onto the table, right? Look at everything that's on there, and then ideally they're committing one by one, right? Based on priority. Take the first one off the backlog that is of the highest priority, commit to it. Now, as you go down to the list, as you get closer and closer along the way, you should be checking whether, are the team comfortable or not. It should be the point where the team is no longer comfortable. When the team's not comfortable, then you stop taking in other words, you stop committing, right? Okay, so based on that, if the team already said, hey, we feel this is it, that's our max. Why do we push the team to take on more? Is it because product owner doesn't trust the team or feel like the team could take on more? Is there a historical data to it? Now the other part is if the team themselves feels like they want to take on it, they feel like maybe half the team members says, you know what, why don't we take that as a stretch goals? If we have time, we'll finish it. If not, that's great. We're not committing to it anyway. So if you're not committing to it, what's the purpose? There's no reason to do it. Now there's an idea here also to say, hey, if I look at the backlog, if I look at the commitment for the sprints, if there are stories that are carry over to the next sprint, the fact that there's carryover shows that the team are stretching. Well, I call bullshit on that. Because guess what? If you're looking for that as a measurement of the team stretching, of the team trying, right? All it points to is that the team will take on more that they can commit to, and you continuously to see that. So carryover is not good, it's not bad, it is what it is. It is an estimate commitment up front, right? The team feels it, they are going to be going above or below. So don't measure carryover. Do you have carryover? Sometimes. I, as a scrum master, as a coach, I don't like carryover. Now, when I say I don't like it, it's not that I discourage it. I want to try to get a team where they can feel like they can accomplish something. If I manage to finish everything that I commit to, there is a sense of accomplishment. There's a sense of, yes, we got it. So I want the team to have that. So what happens if we don't have stretch goals and there are more time? Real simple. Your backlog is prioritized based on priority, right? The highest value item should be on top of the backlog. Pull it in. If you got time, just pull in the next one. So if you're doing that, there is no reason for stretch goals. based on the team, take in whatever they can take in, commit to whatever they can commit to. If there is time, the team will do the right thing. They will pull in the next highest one, right? Of course, it has to be based on conversation with the product owner. Now, what happens if there is not enough time to finish a story, but just a little bit time left? Couple things. Take it off, right? Or find other things you can do between that short period of time. If you have enough time to take on a story, take on a story. If not, you know what? There's a bunch of things you can do. Tech debt, learnings, right? Team buildings. There are things you can do to make the team better. So that's my viewpoint on stretch goals. I no longer want the team to do stretch goals. I no longer encourage them to do that. Why? Because there's no reason to. If you prioritize your work in your backlog, then if there is time left, just the team will take on the next story. That's all it is. That's even what stretch goals is all about, right? So you don't even have to mention stretch goals. It's the next item available on your backlog. That's it. So there you have it. My viewpoint on stretch goals. Hope it makes sense. What do you guys do? I'm curious to know what your thoughts on stretch goals. Share them in the comments. Let me know. What is your viewpoint? Is it the same as mine? What has been your journey like? Why do you do stretch goals? Well, that's it. That's my viewpoint. I love to hear from you guys as well. Hopefully this resonates with some of you and you might be able to practice throwing away your stretch goals. All right, bye.